Cast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to part 2 of your conversion training. Today, we're going to be talking about the lead engine and smart CRM in conversion. Um, this is this is Tori, by the way. I've talked to most of you before. So today I am going to be teaching the class, give Deanna a little break. So every once in a while you are stuck with me teaching the class, but we're going to get through this one. It's not going to be too long. We'll be done in about 30 minutes. And at the end, I'll leave it open for questions. I may not be able to answer all of your questions right away, and I may have to get back to you later on. But if someone can just shoot me a quick message and let me know that you can see my screen and that you can hear me okay, that would be fantastic. Perfect. All good. All right. So we will go ahead and get started. So I hope you are all enjoying conversion so far. I know it's been a little bit of a bumpy ride getting into it, but it seems like everyone's websites are looking good. I have checked out a lot of them, and it seems as if you guys are hopefully enjoying it. So today we are talking about the Smart CRM and the Lead Engine in conversion. Part 1 of your conversion training was the first training that we had, and it was more of just an overview of the system, getting your website set up, whatnot. So today is going to be a little bit different, and we are going to look more into some of the cool features. So the Smart CRM is one of the big features. Same with the Lead Engine. Those are big things, and that's what makes conversion what it is. So I'm going to start out talking about the Smart CRM. So the first thing I'm going to go over is just organizing your contacts in the system. And you guys will have to bear with me a little bit. This is my first time teaching the class, so hopefully I do my job well enough to where there's not too many questions at the end. But we are going to go over, like I said, organizing your contacts in the system. So there's going to be different statuses for your contacts. So to see some of your contacts, you will go to the Smart CRM. Oh, we just had someone else join. So as you can see, these are all of your contacts in the Smart CRM. You can see their status, and that's kind of where we're going to start, is talking about this status here. So you can see there's a couple: new lead, there's a prospect, a client. So the status is a really basic way to organize your leads. They also cause smart campaigns to be assigned when your contact is updated to a new status. So by organizing your contacts, you can get them to automatically receive messages that are going to be particular to their situation. So ideally, when you add a lot to your own smart campaigns, by simply organizing your leads, you can automatically always have the most relevant emails or texts sent out, or even have reminders set up for you automatically. So what do these statuses mean? Let's go ahead and take a look at some of them. So I'm going to click on one of our contacts in here. And up here, you have, this is where you will change the status. So up here you see it says new lead. So let's talk about some of these statuses that are in here. So the first one we see are sphere. These are going to be people that you know. So they may or may not be interested in real estate, but you personally know them. They are in your sphere of influence. Prospect is people you've met or you've obtained info on that you want to try to convert it into a real estate lead. Does not mean that they are actively searching right now, at least not on your KV Core website. New lead, pretty self-explanatory. These are people who have signed up on your KV Core website or came in from an ad or from some kind of lead source, such as an email import. You have your active leads. These are people who are older than a few days from signing up or becoming a new lead. They're also actively returning to your website to view properties. Client is going to be people that you are working with, so doing paperwork, showing homes. It's going to switch to a transaction once, it's going to switch to a contract when a transaction management is So when a transaction management system is connected to KV Core, so we use SkySlope here, and they are still in the process of integrating SkySlope, but it is coming soon. Their information is found in the transaction that is synced through here, and that's going to change this status to a contract. So you have an active transaction with these people. The closed, after a transaction is closed, or if you choose, you can close a lead manually after they've completed their home purchase. So everyone's been paid out, the transaction is done. Archive. So it is important to note that you cannot delete contacts from the KV Core platform. So the archived is kind of used as a sort of trash bin. These are people that you don't really intend to communicate with. So since you can't delete them, you can archive them. Okay? And this is how you would change their statuses, just right here. Very easy. You can also change their type. So are they a buyer? Are they a seller? Are they a renter? Okay. So that's statuses. Those are really important just because you want to be able to know what status your leads are in. So we're going to go over how to tell where leads come from. So we're viewing a contact right now in KV Core. So you can review their sources. It's going to tell you a lot of things about this lead and where they came from. It does accurately determine if they came from an ad or if they came from a website. So when you open a contact, we already have this one open. So over on the left-hand side, you'll see a summary of their information, and it says summary right here. It does say no activity, so there's no active activity going on with this lead right now. Terry first signed up on our website today, so an hour ago. And Terry was generated by manual ad. So it is pretty self-explanatory. It does tell you how she came in here. Let's see what else. You can see more detailed information by clicking on this more detailed. So I'm going to move these drop down so they're not in the way. So this has a lot of their details. You can see their contact info, home preferences, and this is all stuff that we'll eventually fill out, but this is very detailed stuff. So their address, their titles, occupation, spouse, there's a ton of stuff in here. Let's see. So one thing I want to go over is if you can control a lead or contact source. So if there's a source in the email that is sent to the lead Dropbox, then it will set the source. If a lead was manually added by you, so this is Terry, she was done by a manual ad, you are able to edit the source as well. So this lead is completely, I don't like the word editable. I try not to use it, but I couldn't think of anything else. Let's go over contact validation. This is really cool because it's kind of like a background check of a sort. So in KV Core, when new contacts or leads are added, you can request data validation on the info that is created or entered into the system. So this automatically checks things such as their name, their email, and it cross-references with thousands of online sources of that data to contain that information. So basically, it's just making sure that they're not putting in fake information, such as their name, email, phone number. It is validating that this information is correct. So how does it do this? It's really cool, actually. So when you shop online, if you create social media accounts, you use online services, there's a terms or agreements page that you need to accept before you can use that service. So these agreements, I'm sure you know, they're very long, and I don't think anybody really reads them. But it is stated in some of those that these are public sources of information, and that contains all the info, such as your name, email, phone number. So what KV Core does is they tap into a third-party database of this information, and they cross-reference what's out there. And then they can confirm that an email or phone number is real, and even who the owner may or may not be. It does automatically correct small errors in emails. So, for example, let's say someone ends their email and they put gmail.cim instead of gmail.com. then the validation does autocorrect that typo. So it's very cool. When you're opening a contact, you're going to notice a few icon spaces where the system is reporting to you on that validated information. So there's a couple things I want to show you. So up here at the upper left-hand corner, there is a shield icon. This indicates if validation was run and to what extent. So if this shield was gray, that means that validation was not ran. If it's yellow, the validation was ran, but not all data could be validated. And if it's green, that means they're validated. They're good to go. The icon over here to the left of the phone number, if this is red and it's an international no circle, that means that the validation cannot be ran on that phone number. The yellow triangle means it could not be validated, and a green shield would mean it is validated. And that's specifically for the phone number. There's an email here as well. So it's the same thing. If it is red, that means that so it would look like this one. It means that their validation was not ran. Yellow triangle, they could not be validated. And once again, the green shield means they are validated. You can also see notes on the validation run. So this is one of our leads who the validation was ran, but not all data could be validated. So under here, right now, there's no additional details found on this specific lead. But it will, it could say stuff such as what additional information was found while cross-referencing the contact. It will display stuff such as social media profiles, gender, age, and anything else that the validator found. So it really is just a very good and, I guess, safe way to make sure that you are getting these proper leads. This lead did just come in an hour ago, so the validation may have been ran quickly, but it may take a little while for that to go ahead and be completely validated with the cross-referencing. So just take note that it may not show up right away, and that may be why we can't see this validation run info. But like I said, you will see things in there such as social media profiles, their gender, their age, things like that. So it really is a really cool feature. So that's really it about the contacts. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty cool how they come in and how they automatically update and how they automatically validate. So that's really the Smart CRM. When you're in the Smart CRM, let me go back. Sorry. So when you're in the Smart CRM, you can see pretty much everything. So it does say their status right here on your Smart CRM board. From here, you're also able to send mass emails and mass texts. So real quick, I do want to show you filters and how to filter who to send these mass emails and mass texts to. So on this filter button, you can filter your Smart CRM. So let's say we only want to see our prospects and we only want to see our active leads. So we have our prospect and active leads. That's what we want to see. You can also change the owner type and contact. So you can change the agent it's assigned to or the lender it's assigned to. And this is filtering, just keep in mind. What kind of details? So are you only wanting to, so right now we're gonna send a mass email to our prospects, our active leads, and let's say we want to do it to our buyers too. What is their rating? So you can rate your leads over here. So I only want to send to ratings of 3. You can select if you add any hashtags. So the hashtags are going to be used to further engage your lead into a specific source. So let's say you have buyers who are looking for modern homes. So you can go ahead and you put modern under your hashtag of your lead. And so you can choose those hashtags and they'll add it. You'll have hashtags added, but like I said, it's just really more specific. I think I used the wrong word. More specific for that lead. Lead source, where did this lead come from? You can choose, did it come from Zillow? I only want to see people who came from Zillow. System source, is it an agent website? Did they come from a lead import? I only want to, since we're emailing, I do only want to see people who have an email address. Not all leads are going to come in with both phone and email, so you can go ahead and do that way. Created, when were they created? So I want to see all my leads that came in the last 7 days. What kind of behavior do they have? So pretty much what kind of behavior, such as they, excuse me, they have responded to you via text, email, or phone. Or have they asked a question? Have they requested a showing? The last time I called them, the last time I texted them. There's a lot of filters in here. What is their property interest? I only want to see people who are wanting to buy for $200,000 to $300,000. That's what this email is going to pertain to. What kind of locations are they in? How many beds? How many baths? All that. So we apply these filters, and I did a little much. So you're not going to find any leads from that. But what you can do is let's clear the filters. Let's pretend that this was what was filtered. I just kind of got a little button friendly, but you can go ahead and choose, right click on all your leads. If they did filter properly and you just want to send an email to all of them, you can click this box and it highlights, check marks every single one. Then you just send mass email, mass text. You can also add hashtags in a quicker way. So let's say, like I use the hashtag modern. So we want to add our modern hashtag to all these people who are looking for a more modern home. And so that's these 4 people. So I can add that hashtag to all 4 of those people all at once. So it's a mass type thing. So that's kind of navigating around your smart CRM. So that is that. The next thing that we're going to talk about, in the beginning I said we're talking about our smart CRM. We're also talking about our lead engine. So let's go ahead. We just talked about our contacts and our smart CRM and these leads. So let's talk more about the lead engine and what is involved in that. So let's go back to our dashboard. And this is your main dashboard. So we are going to go to lead engine, of course. So navigating over on the left-hand side is actually pretty easy. You can hide this too by just clicking these 3 lines here. But if you did want to see it, you can do so by just clicking here. So we're going to talk about our landing pages. You want to start on right here just by selecting a domain. So we're going to select one of our domains here, and then you're just going to click on Start Building. So what happens with the landing page is it's going to send leads to the lead routing rules for the domain you select. So let's say we did select, I'm using jcrumbaugh.allisonjamesinc.com. The leads generated are going to be assigned directly to this page. Okay. So we're going to click on Start Building and just get started in here. Uh-oh. Let's try a different one. Okay, perfect. So this is what the landing page looks like, and as you can see, it is going to be completely customizable. So starting up at the top left, you'll want to choose what kind of page you want to build. So you have different options. You have lead gen, video view, video plus lead, text lead. The ones down here are examples only. So seller leads, recruiting, military, lots, land, open houses. Okay. Let's go ahead. The 2 main options are going to be your lead generation and your video view. So a lead gen page is the page, it's standard. It's going to provide 2 different fields where people can insert their email and their phone number, and then they have a button to submit it. So it looks just like this one. This is the lead gen page. You have the option of sending that person to another page using the URL after login. So if we do select lead, we selected lead gen, submit button text, so you can click, this one says see list now. You can put submit information. The URL after login, do you want this? Do you want it to take them somewhere else? It's completely up to you. So you can put your website URL in here. So basically after someone enters their email and clicks on the orange button, they're going to be redirected to that URL of your choice. And like I said, that's completely up to you. It could, you could redirect them to a squeeze page, which we'll go over in just a few minutes. Or you can just redirect them to a page that has nothing to do with your site. Okay, you also have the option to put in hashtags. You can also change the background. And all you're going to do is click on save to do so. Okay, the video view. Let's go ahead and take a look at those. Like I said, these are the two that we're going to go over because they are the two most main options. Oops. Let's pause that. So the video view, this page is going to load your content as well as a video that starts playing with the page when the page loads. So as you can see, I clicked on video view and it automatically started playing that video. You can set it up to automatically take the user to another page using URL after video. If they click the button at the bottom, they can skip that video and just go straight to the see list now or submit here, whatever you make this button name. So if they do click on this button, they'll be able to automatically skip the video and go back to it. So a YouTube video ID is required in order to load a video onto that page. So to get a video ID, you are going to go to youtube.com and we are going to just pull up, let's go ahead and pull up one of Jessica Crumbaugh's video. And let's go here. And the website ID is the last characters at the end of a URL. So this one starts right after the watch !v equals. This is the ID. So you're going to copy that. You're going to go ahead and paste that into your YouTube ID section. And when you save it, it's going to update this video. And then it will then show Jessica's how much does picture order matter in real estate. Okay, oh, there it goes. So you can see it.
My name is Tori, and today
And we won't watch that. If you guys do want to watch it, you know where to find it on the YouTube page. Anyway, so that's how you would get your URL or your YouTube ID. You can also put in a URL after the video, so same thing. Do you want it to redirect them to a squeeze page? Do you want them to redirect it to another site that has nothing to do with KV Core? It doesn't have to. It's completely up to you. And then the submit button text and background. So you can see it's pretty easy to use. We'll go over a few more of these pretty quickly. I just want you guys to understand what a few more of these are. I'm not going to go into too much detail because the two that we went over are the two main ones. But the video plus lead, this page combines the functionality of both the lead gen page and the video view page. So you can have a video landing page that uses a hashtag as well as a lead sign up form. So you have the video and you have the lead sign up form. So it's just a combination of the two that we just went over. The content hijack. This is a page that allows you to perform a classic marketing tactic. So this is going to be where you offer something that someone wants in your ad, but when they click on the ad, you offer them something else instead. But you still give them the option for what they thought they were getting. So to accomplish this, you have the URL you want and then the URL they want. The lead is going to be taken, the URL you want is where the lead is going to be taken to if they click the orange button. And then the URL they want is if they click the link that says no thank you. So they can either see where you want them to go or no thank you, and they go where they want to go. A text lead. This is just very simple. It's a simple page that's going to be designed for mobile use. You can create a custom text code and then use it in this landing page for a mobile ad. And if the user taps this button, it's going to open up the text message compose window with your smart number in it. Address capture. This is what kind of lets you build your own sell page. So all you have to do is specify the hashtag you want the seller lead to have, and they get captured. And lastly, we'll go Facebook chat. So Facebook chat, this is going to be great if you're always on Facebook Messenger. It's just a really good way to connect with other Facebook users. And basically the call to action on this one is just chatting over Facebook. So pretty simple. We did already go over customizing the page. It is pretty easy to use. It is a very easy to use platform. A lot of the stuff in here is user friendly, and not just the landing pages, but all the other pages as well. So always make sure after you submit this kind of information that you click save. It's going to save your page, and then it's going to finalize your page. And I'm not going to do it only because I don't want to create anything under someone else's account. I had to use Jeff Jabora. He's in our recruiting department, so I don't want to create something for him. But after you click save, it's going to come up with its own URL. And you can go ahead and place that URL wherever you want. For example, if you were to share it on Facebook, people are going to come to your landing page from Facebook. So that's just an example. Okay, so those are landing pages. The next thing we're going to talk about is IDX squeeze pages. So a lot of people, maybe people do. We don't always know what a squeeze page is, so it's pretty simple. It is a lot like a landing page that we just did, but basically a squeeze page is a landing page that's designed to capture opt-in email addresses from potential subscribers. So we're going to go over squeeze pages right now. I'm going to go ahead and find a sorry. Here we go. So let's go ahead and talk about a squeeze page. So we are going to find, so you'll find your domain that you want to use, and then you're going to go to start building. Then you're just going to start filling in this information. So first you have to start with your search criteria. You're going to fill in all the fields for the search criteria before moving onto the page. So you're going to put in your area. So I'm going to put in zip code 92010. And this is the area that you would like to pull info from the MLS for. So it does pull information from the MLS, so put in that zip code. You're going to choose the listing type. This can be a single type or multiple types of property. So you can see there's an apartment, condos, mobile home, single family. We'll go ahead and go with single family. You'll want to go ahead and choose a price minimum. So let's do 100 to 300,000. Square feet, there's a minimum, there's a max. Acres, 1 acre. How many bedrooms? 3+. And I'm just going to do this real quick. And options just listed. The page configuration. So over here on the right-hand side, the source is the identifier source or anchor for URL. So this will tell you the name of your link when you review to click on, or when you go to review your stats later. So like it says here, Facebook, Google, etc. So let's just put in Google. You want to select your hashtags. There's not any in here right now on our admin page, but that's where you would do that. Your Facebook cover photo, if you're linked, you can use listings from search results, use random listings from your agency. So you would choose one of those. Generate link. Once all of your criteria and your configurations are put in, you can generate your link. So this is going to, let's go ahead. There we go. So this is going to be this PPC link. This is going to contain the full link with all the criteria you set. The short link, it's an abbreviated link that will take people to the same results. The link is a bit shorter, which makes it usable for things like text messages and spaces like Twitter, where you're very limited on the amount of characters you can use. But ideally, they're the same thing. They're taking you to the same exact page. So let's go ahead and copy this link out. Let's see where it takes us. We may want to copy the full link for desktop. Oh. So this is the squeeze page. So here we have the search results for 92010 for 3 beds, 3 baths, this price. And you can refine your search by changing it. So once they're in here, they can go ahead and refine their search. Okay, but that's going to capture their information for you. So that's another great way to get leads. Once they're in here, it does capture their information just like a landing page. Okay. So those are squeeze pages. Like I had mentioned before, squeeze pages are just a landing page that's designed to capture opt-in email addresses. So those are squeeze pages. Let's go back to the lead engine here. What's next? Let's talk about lead Dropbox. So that's going to be the next thing. And then what are lead imports? So this lead Dropbox is a really great way to get new leads automatically into KV Core from other places. So places such as Realtor.com or Zillow or Trulia. Basically, any third party that sells real estate leads can have those leads directly into your KV Core database. When one of the third parties does email you a new lead, the email contains the lead's information. So it usually has stuff like their name, email, phone number, etc. When you forward that email to a special email address for your KV Core account, the system automatically reads the emails and copies all the information into a new lead. So this takes away from you having to manually enter anything. So we'll go, let's go in here. We're going to go ahead and click on Choose Lead Source. Now, it might look a little bit different because it isn't. Oh, no, we're good. So the office right here, Office Allison James Estates and Homes, new leads that are sent to these resources under the office are going to be sent to your office lead routing. If you had a if this said team, then it would be team lead routing if you had a team, and then personal new leads are sent to these resources will be sent directly to your personal database. So of course right now we have this as office because we have different offices and we are on an office lead routing. But what you can do is you can see that there is this email address. So you're going to copy this email address, and then that's where you would send, have the leads routed to using this email address. So that's importing via email. Let's see what else. You can, I don't want to skip over anything. Okay. Let's go change, I want to change this. I just want to see. Okay, so that's going to change the agent. Up here is how you can change whether it's office, team, or the personal lead, which I believe most of yours are going to say personal right now. So these are going to be your personal leads. You have the email address here. You have the Zapier key here. You can. I'm wondering if your guys' looks a little different because I am in an admin account, so I don't want to go too much and confuse you guys. But yeah, this is the agent name, so I'm assuming this will say personal on yours, and then it will have your personal agent name here as well. Hopefully. If it looks different, I apologize. But yes, that is going to be, like I said, this is getting new leads automatically into KV Core from other places. So just a little to reiterate, when you buy real estate leads from places like Realtor or Zillow, those third-party leads come in through KV Core via email, and they go ahead and send them into your KV Core account. So we're using those. So I know there's a type of configuration with Zillow. If you put in lead routing to go to this email address, it's automatic. This is the special, you'll have your own special email address. It's going to lead route into that. The system is going to take those leads and enter it into your smart CRM for you automatically. So like I said, you don't have to do anything. It's all automatic and no manual work needs to be done. Let me go back into the lead engine. There's a few more things I want to go over. So the call capture, as most of you know, I think it was talked about in the first training, but this is where you're going to get your smart number for smart advertising. So clicking on this is going to pretty much tell you what it is. Tells you exactly how your smart number works. And it's like it says here, the smart number is named such because it knows everything about your KV Core account. It knows your cell phone, your colleagues' cell phones, which listings are yours, which leads are yours, and what their numbers are, and even what happens on phone calls with new leads. It can route phone calls and text messages appropriately to you or to your fellow agents depending on who is calling in or whom is texting what. So whenever a contact calls or texts you at the smart number, it is immediately forwarded to you. Text from your campaigns, from the lead details page, and mass texts you send all come in your smart number. When you dial from KV Core, your lead sees your smart number calling. So it's not your actual phone number. And your smart number will be shown up here. Every smart number is completely different. So that is the smart number. You can also get custom text codes over here. So because your smart number does have those text message capabilities, when it does come into your smart number with one of these codes, and you can add your own codes. So this one we have 1, 2, 3 and info. They're gonna reply with a custom message. So if you say, and I'm sure you hear on the radio, for example, text 1, 2, 3 to blah, 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 blah. So you could text 1, 2, 3 on, like it says up here on one of your sign writers, you can have text 1, 2, 3 to number, and then your smart number. And when they text 1, 2, 3, they're going to get an automatic response that you can go ahead and edit. And this one looks like it says, I will contact you shortly, or things like that. So it is really cool. Another good way to use it is sending out, like if you did have it on your sign writer and you texted, you could say street name. So our office is on Loker Avenue, so we could say text Loker to here, and it's going to, then you can send them to your personal website or more information on the property or something like that. So it automatically responds with those kinds of things. Okay, so that smart number is really cool. I highly recommend taking advantage of it and using it. And the last thing we're going to go over, as you can see, this bulk import is coming soon, so we are not able to take a look at that, but we are going to talk about the CMA Builder real quick. There's not too much to go over in here, but the CMA Builder basically, let me click on it. The CMA Builder basically generates a PDF report on a specific property, and it takes third-party data service to compile all sales and other area data automatically. The PDF then can be saved and printed and given to your client, or you can include it in a presentation or a door knocking package. So of course, you just saw how I access the CMA Builder. We go lead engine and then click on CMA Builder. To build a CMA, you're going to go ahead and simply fill in all these fields. So leads, family names, the property address, the property city, the property state, and the property zip. And you do want to make sure you're filling in this information as accurately as possible. And then you're going to click on Build CMA. So let's go ahead and just put in, I'm going to put in some information real quick. We'll do our office address and Build CMA. Oh, it's unable to generate. So it's actually not working, and I'm not sure why. It could be because this is a business. I'm not exactly 100% sure. But it's, yeah, sorry, it's not working. But what it would do is it is going to build something that looks like a PDF. Let me see if I can pull up an example. No, Actually, here. Here's a small example of the what it would look like. So it comes up with this CMA PDF for you, and it's maybe kind of hard for you to see, so I apologize, but this is as good as it can get. So this is just kind of an example of what it would look like. Okay, so that is really all I have for Smart CRM and Lead Engines. I would like to go ahead and leave it open for questions, but in case there are any questions and you guys just start heading out, that is really it for your Conversion Part 2 training. I hope you all gained some valuable information, and I hope you have a great day.